And I saw you there in your lovely red dress.
I tried.
Doing your thing on the red carpet.
But one of those kids, the one that received the standing ovation, apparently he noticed that his mom had just caught fire because she was trying to light a lantern. And he didn't really care about how he was going to survive it, but he grabbed the lantern. He grabbed the lantern and ran out of the shop, not knowing that the fuel covered all of him, and he got third-degree burns. He spent 3 months in the hospital just so that he could save his mother.
Amazing.
And
that's a real hero there.
Yeah, that's a real young hero. But there were other amazing young heroes there as well for social heroism and, of course, physical. And when it comes to kids, we overlook them a lot. But if you go online, you'll probably find a lot more information about those amazing kids that were at the venue. There was a song that was being sung at this point. It's up to me, it's up to you to make the world a better place. And they sang that with so much joy on stage.
Amazing.
It was really, really great. It was really great.
Wow.
So we need to take a break now, but when we return, we'll be going straight to the kitchen. Let's find out
what Beyonce is doing.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, we're back at the kitchen here with Chef Beyonce. And of course, we're still making flat bread.
So you can come here. You can
more like pizza.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the end result of this.
So what we want to do, we worked the dough already and we let it rest.
Okay.
But it wasn't up to 30 minutes, but that's fine. So we just add
it's fine even if it's not up to...
No, exactly. It should rest for 30 minutes.
Okay.
But what you need to do is just flour your hands and the rolling pin.
Okay.
So we just want to cut this into two. Yeah.
Does that mean you'll be making 2 flatbreads?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So what we want to do is roll it out now. Yeah. We want to roll it out as much as possible. The beautiful thing is you could actually make this on the stove, which I am going to do on the gas.
So we're not using the oven for this?
No, we are not using the oven.
Wow. Wow. I really can't wait to see the end result of this.
So we just roll it as thin as possible.
Do you need more flour?
No. This is fine already. Okay. Yeah? You can see how it looks. It looks smooth. It looks good already.
Okay.
Just want to roll it out as thin as possible.
Okay.
So while we're rolling it thin, what I want to do now is take a bit of that wonderful milk and butter mixture.
Oh, you leave a bit of it for something else?
Come on, Michelle.
Interesting.
So what I'm doing is I want to make scrambled eggs. Now I do not need to, so I do not need to add butter and milk from the scratch again. I've made the mix already. Okay. Now what I do is, making scrambled eggs are quite technical. If you want to make proper scrambled eggs, not the Nigerian scrambled eggs, it doesn't need the heat too much. It doesn't need to stay on the heat too long. Just a bit of heat and you take it out. Yeah?
That's all?
No.
Oh.
A bit of the heat and you take it out. A
like
bit
that,
of the heat, yes, and you take it out till they are fluffy. This is the way you could get proper fluffy scrambled eggs. So a bit of the heat, you take it out. It begins to cook itself.
The difference between this and Nigeria,
the Nigerian one is overcooked.
Oh, it's overcooked.
Yes, we usually overcook the scrambled eggs. So in restaurants, when people come in and they want scrambled eggs, we ask, do you want the Nigerian scrambled eggs? Yeah, because it's usually overcooked.
You know, I've been asked that before and I thought it was weird. It made me not to ask for eggs anymore.
Oh, if you want the Nigerian scrambled eggs.
Yes.
No, it's we overcook the scrambled eggs we serve. So while this is going on, we have to multitask. Yes, please give me the oil. The oil, okay. Yeah. While this is going on, we want to also cook our sausages and onions. Okay. So, a bit of this, just a little drizzle. You take a round.
That'll be all you need?
Yes, that'll be all I need. I want to cook everything as fast and as soon as possible, all of it at the same time.
All right. So it's more like a...
Yes, we are going to be multitasking
a marathon right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we need to ensure that all the toppings are there.
Okay.
So you could just pour in the sausages right now.
Well, if you're just tuning in, you haven't missed much. It's Wake Up Nigeria, of course. And we still have flour, tomatoes, the onions have been cut up. We still have the baked beans untouched yet. We have the cheese. What you're seeing here is is it continental scrambled eggs?
It's not continental.
Because he has already distinguished that it's Nigerian.
Eggs.
So are you trying to tell me that it's scrambled eggs, the Nigerian scrambled eggs?
What? What did you say? What?
Scrambled eggs, the Nigerian scrambled eggs.
No, don't let's tag it that way. But this is
started it.
This is scrambled eggs.
And here's what the result of the dough is right now.
Yeah.
Chef Miyonte has been trying to smoothen this out.
So please continue with the scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Just keep mixing together, keep turning
and taking it in and bringing it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Ensure they are not burnt. If they are burnt, you'll be in soup.
That will be your fault.
No, that won't be my fault. So we are still making the flatbread and we're getting it as thin as possible.
Okay. I see we're doing something else here. What's the purpose of this? We are trying to
these are the toppings, yeah?
Yeah.
The toppings go on the flatbread. So you want to cook them.
Oh.
You want to cook them, yeah?
For how long would you be cooking them?
Till they're done. Onions and sausages. I just want to enhance the flavors
the aroma
together.
also, because I know what onions does to food.
Yeah. So it's
No garlic today.
No garlic today.
I'm actually teasing.
So in our baked
Am I putting this back or I should just
yeah,
continue?
just continue. Turn. And don't let it stay too long. Bring it out.
Okay.
You get. So
don't forget I'm in Nigerian, so if you end up in Nigerian scrambled eggs.
No, you would see it. They look fluffy. Scrambled eggs look fluffy. They are not like they are outside or they are like couscous or something independent. Okay. They look fluffy together.
Together.
Yeah. So in the baked beans, I added a pinch of chili sauce to increase the heat, and I'll have a background of heat in our food.
I thought you were going to say Nigerian background again, because I know we love pepper. A lot of it.
So I put that into consideration while I cook.
Okay, as I said, you haven't missed much. We're trying to have the scrambled eggs. Here's what it looks like. And of course, Chef Miyonte is busy with the dough, while on the side we have the sausages and onions. Let me take you through the ingredients we're making use of today, okay? Today we are making use of flour, we're making use of butter,
sausages,
milk, onions, sausages. Yeah. I don't see us using water anyway.
No water.
We have baked beans, of course. We have cheese. Oh, I see the black pepper too. And, well, what are you doing now?
Out of the fact that I wouldn't like our flatbread to look funny, I want to cut it into a shape. I like to cut it into a circular shape.
Okay.
So you do not necessarily need a lot of equipment in the kitchen. You just make do with what you have. Just pick a round bowl, a knife, and just cut through, and that is fine. You're good to go. You have your perfect circular shape you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's it's a lot of work. Yeah, food is an art. You know, it's not just. So I floured the top so it shouldn't stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to put flour all over here.
Yes. Okay. So you can see we have our perfect round flatbread.
Wow.
What you do next is just put a bit of olive oil or cooking oil in your pan. Just a tiny pinch. Okay, she's about to burn these scrambled eggs.
No, I'm not.
So after that, just cook it 2 minutes on each side until you see it's cooked.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Okay. You see it bubble up. It means you are in the right, you are heading towards the right direction.
What's the difference between this and making pancakes, really?
Pancakes involve a mix. It's
no, I'm talking about the frying process now.
Yeah. Oh,
what's the difference?
Well,
because you said something about when it's bubble, and I know for pancake you look at the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the difference? In case I know how to make pancake, for example, and I want to get this right.
Okay. Basically, what you are trying to do is you are trying to make sure it's cooked.
Okay.
Irrespective, whatever you do, make sure it's cooked. Same as pancake. You have to make sure it's cooked before you flip it.
Okay.
So if it's not cooked, then there's no point.
Okay. So for how long do we put this on fire?
Yeah. For how long do we put this on fire?
Yes.
For about 2 to 3 minutes.
For each round.
So what we want to do is just flour a surface and leave it there while we
prepare
flatten.
more.
Yes, another one.
Okay. All right, so far so good. We are making you flatbread.
Yeah.
What else are we making with the flatbread? Flatbread with toppings, right?
Yes, breakfast toppings.
Breakfast
so it's a breakfast flatbread.
Yeah, figures why we have all of this. Okay, this is still Wake Up Nigeria. We will be right back.
It's the Monday edition of your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, it is. Of course, we have a musical performance for you. Ness Jason is here to thrill us.
In just a bit.
Come follow me, go see my baby say yes.
So Mike will be bringing us some of those funny videos from social media in just a little while.
Mama, you know, since we've been married now, I've been eating pizza. So I gave her money yesterday to cook ora soup and semovita.
And finally, we will be chatting with Mr. and Miss Nigeria International later on.
Yeah. Okay, so for your challenge this morning, where exactly in Nigeria is this? You're looking at some images on your screen. This is a place in Nigeria. Can you tweet your answer to us as soon as you can? Please do at TVC Connect. Make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Of course, there will be something to win at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, that movie ticket that we have had there. So yeah, TVC Connect, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Honestly, social media has been blowing up all about us. So you know, people talk about us all the time.
Wow.
They talk about what we wear. They talk about what we cook. They've been really, people have been, you know, sending
All
messages.
I'm seeing people talk about is the kitchen. That's what
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's the food.
But no, it's this. I feel it's the spine of our show. Like it's the central nervous system. So everything revolves around. So Beyonce is actually the number one on this show.
You know, talking about food, I know quite well that I shouldn't give anybody a sneak peek, but I need to jump to that funny video.
No,
Please,
no, you can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. Mary, no, you cannot.
We think some things are basic until we find ourselves in certain positions and realize that.
Stop, Mary.
I'll send you a mail and I'll copy everybody. I'll copy from the top to the bottom, everybody.
In the highlights, there was, you know, the beauty pageant thing just brought back so many memories.
Yes.
You know, like that, the nerves of being on stage, having a Mr. and Miss Nigeria pageant. You know, when you're on that stage and you're told to smile like,
You have a
so still for like ever, and then they now ask you one intellectual question. So, what will you do for Nigeria?
You've been busy using all your energy to smile.
You know how
and then you're like,
this is something funny. I don't know if you remember. I think it was last year. I think it was Anambra Celebrations, the state.
Okay.
And the governor was there, and there was this pageant. And then everybody gets to the finals, and you have 10 girls, and they're like, who's the president of Nigeria? And then one goes, Dr. Muhammadu Buhari.
okay.
Are you sure?
They had to. The girls could not. They had to cancel it. Nobody won. It was news, Miss Anambra. It was news.
No.
The governor was pissed. He stood up and said, "No, this is where it ends. No winner.
Wow.
Go and read.
Go back
Go-
to
You know,
Go
sometimes
to
it's
school.
nerves. It's the
probably just
nerves.
the nerves.
You go on radio, you know how it is. You can be put on the spot and you're like,
it
what do I do?
And they just go blank.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
You can't put Titi
But
on
you
the spot. I
can't-
mean,
that-
she's, you know,
No, but this
she
is,
knows what's up.
all this is after years of preparation.
No, but
You know,
you
but
know,
You've been asked your name and you
something
forget.
close to that happened to me. There was this person I met, and this person was wow. And he asked my name. I couldn't remember my name.
Yeah.
See?
It
I
does
met
happen.
no, it was the person I met, and of course, was a revert person. I was like,
Yeah.
what's my name?
Nerves can drive people to do the most surprising things.
True.
And, you know, which is why a lot of people don't appreciate, even people like us on screen now, we're live now. People might, you know,
and it looks very natural. And
Come and try it now.
Before the show, we're like,
come and try yourself.
Okay.
What's going to happen today?
What's going to happen today? We all have nerves, and we have to really respect anyone that takes the stage, from artists, performers, dancers, people that go for beauty pageants. It's all
Kings and queens will be here later with us.
Yes,
you know.
But it's the top of the hour, people. It's the top of the hour. And before we get to all the interesting stuff we have prepared, let's give you the news update.
Titi, thank you. Now, one case of monkeypox has now been confirmed in Akwa Ibom State. Commissioner for Information, Charles Sudor, says that the state government is also investigating 2 more suspected cases. Sudor urged residents to avoid excessive handshakes and wash their hands regularly. At least 13 others are suspected to have been infected by the viral disease and have also been admitted to hospitals in neighboring Bayelsa and River states. And the federal government has denied allegations that it has a hand in the monkeypox outbreak. It says that reports that the disease resulted from free medical care by the government is untrue, insisting that it did not conduct any medical service in either Bayelsa or River states. Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, has therefore asked Nigerians to disregard the report. Now, 3 weeks after a detachment of soldiers from the Nigerian army invaded the Afaruku Umuahia country home of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, his family raised an alarm. That was on Sunday, that soldiers have invaded the compound again. Kanu's younger brother, that's Emmanuel Kanu, alleged that the soldiers invaded their home and carted away some household items. He said that the soldiers took away some items like television, generating sets, clothes, among other belongings of the family. When contacted, the military confirmed the operation but denied removing any household items from the compound. River State Governor Nyesom Wike has commended the government of Abia State for making the state governable and peaceful despite the secessionist agenda of the indigenous people of Biafra and, of course, the controversial intervention of the Nigerian army. Governor Wike also presented 6 earth-moving duty trucks to the Ministry of Rural Development in the state, urging them to put the equipment to good use. The CEO of Abia State Road Maintenance Agency, Oji Njoko Agu, assured that the agency will utilize the declining rainy season to do urgent works around the state. And more stories now. The Defense Headquarters has explained that the inability of the military to rescue lecturers, oil workers, as well as women in Boko Haram enclave is because the terrorists were deliberately using the captives as human shield. It said that the military cannot apply full force to free the captives because doing so would only endanger their lives. On June the 21st, the women, among them female police personnel, were abducted in a raid by the militant group on a military police convoy along Damboa Road, that's in Borno State. They were abducted after Boko Haram fighters reportedly attacked a convoy of security personnel in Damboa area of Borno when the officers were set to be going to a burial in Adamawa State. That's the update now. Titi and Yemi, back to you.
Thanks, Ike.
Thanks. All right, so we're going straight to the sports update. And, of course, we know what's big in the news this morning.
You know what's big? That is
Up Niger.
It's
number one,
cool.
all the way to Russia.
It was so interesting. During the Indomie event, they actually stopped all the proceedings to say, "Congratulations, Nigeria."
Oh, that was cool.
Everybody was like, "What?"
And
then everybody played this stand-up for the champions song, and everybody got up and started cheering. I was like, really?
Cool.
We're really patriotic.
Yeah, great one. And then someone else who was excited was the Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, who saluted the country's qualification, the country's team to the next World Cup in Russia, saying that it is a 57th independence anniversary gift to the nation. Now, in a statement signed by the president's media aide, Femi Adesina, Buhari congratulated the Super Eagles on their victory over Zambia, describing the hard-earned win as very sweet, soothing, and a 57th anniversary gift. He joined millions of football-loving Nigerians in rejoicing with the players and their coaching crew. President Buhari called on all Nigerians to apply the values of perseverance, resilience, discipline, hard work, and team spirit, which propelled the footballers to excel since the beginning of the qualifying matches to all sectors of national life. And then a particular team who will not be at the World Cup. The Ghana Football Federation have lodged a protest with FIFA over refereeing decisions during the controversial 0-0 draw with Uganda. Ghana had a goal from Rafael Duamena ruled for offside in stoppage time, and the GFA announced it had launched an official protest. The goalless draw virtually ends Ghana's hope of reaching Russia, although Uganda will hope that Congo-Brazzaville can defeat Egypt, which did not happen. Egypt, of course, won that match 2-1 and became the second African team to qualify for the World Cup in Russia with one match remaining. Of course, the congratulations have also been pouring in after that victory from the Pharaohs over Congo. Now, only the 5 group winners will qualify for Russia 2018 from Africa. And Cristiano Ronaldo came off the bench to inspire Portugal to a win over Andorra that keeps their hopes of automatic World Cup qualification alive. And then with Group B leader Switzerland beating Hungary 5-2, Portugal needed victory to set up a final day showdown with the Swiss. Ronaldo at halftime drove home after the hour with Andre Silva sealing the point from close range. Portugal will qualify as group winners if they beat Switzerland on Tuesday. Switzerland will travel to Portugal with a 3-point advantage, but Portugal have a better goal difference. In other games, Costa Rica qualified for next year's World Cup finals after picking up the points they needed in a 1-1 draw with Honduras. France took a step closer to the World Cup finals in Russia with an edgy 1-0 win over Bulgaria in Sofia. Marouane Fellaini will miss Manchester United's clash with the bitter rivals Liverpool at Anfield after being ruled out for at least 2 weeks with knee ligament damage. The Belgian went on after 29 minutes of a World Cup qualifying win over Bosnia and Herzegovina on Saturday. The news is a blow for United, who are already without Paul Pogba in central midfield, while Michael Carrick has also been ruled out of action. The informed Fellaini is also set to miss the away games against Benfica in the Champions League, Huddersfield in the Premier League, and Swansea in the EFL Cup. And of course, that's it on sports. It's the papers coming up right next.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Did I say I like your shirt today? Did I say that?
You've not yet said it.
No, I've not.
Nice and red.
It's really nice.
Thank you
I like
very
it.
much. Thank you.
Okay, so on the cover of this day newspaper, it says, in political realignment, Atiku Jonathan meet over 2019 presidency. May declare for PDP soon. Also, we have the story, Tinubu proposes 7-point agenda to revive Nigeria's economy, outlines national infrastructure plan. NNPC gas company profit drops by 6.7 billion naira, reports increased earnings from gas transport rate and others. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
And then on the cover of The Punch, we've got the headline, Suspend Kachiku Baru, Senate panel chair tells Buhari. Oando, MRS Oil, Sahara Energy among firms to be invited. Relinquish your post as oil minister, Falana urges president. And then will not burden Nigerians with debts, Adeoshun. And then Odua targets investment in oil, gas. And then finally, troops raided Nnamdi Kanu's home. That's from his brother there. All on the cover of The Punch.
On the cover of the Vanguard newspaper, Second Niger Bridge, Lagos-Ibadan Road, others. Presidency, NASS head for another clash. Senate rejects environment, insists on supplementary budget. NASS should respect our gentleman's agreement, presidency source says. Also, we have here, fear grips Akwa Ibom residents as monkeypox enters Uyo. Federal government denies alleged injection, or rather, injection of virus on patients. And it also says what more you should know about monkeypox. Why I declared no victor, no vanquished after civil war. There's a story on page 10. from Gowon there. And finally, the debt debate, deconstructing the debt story by Kemi Adeosun. All that in the Vanguard.
All right. On the cover of The Nation, we've got the headline, $25 billion contracts. NNPC Baru tackle Kachiku. Board can't approve contracts, says oil giant's handbook. How Evans plotted to escape. That's a story on the cover of The Nation. And then a couple of other stories here. IGP Idris kicks as Senate closes police station. You can see that story on page 7 in The Nation. And then finally, Federal Poly Ado-Ekiti shot after student's death. All on the cover of The Nation this morning.
And on the Daily Sun, it says NNPC Kachiko Baru may face DSS EFCC. Falana demands Buhari's resignation as oil minister. Religious leaders wade into Olubadan Ajimobi feud. That's on page 3. Southeast, South governors warn Ariwa youths and others over future quit notice. And the army raids Nnamdi Kanu's family house. That's on page 12. All that in the Daily Sun. And that's all for today on the newspaper headlines. And the headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
We're going to go on a quick break now, but stay with us because Mike will be bringing you the funny videos after this.